is in the description box. I just created that. I'm going to be doing something different where I'll be going live at 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. Wednesday through Sunday, okay? Definitely check out all the updates in the description box. I do have one private reading reserved, so I'm just waiting for Ananda to hop on, and then we can get started with her reading. Hello, hello, welcome in. Just waiting on Ananda. Hey Jazz, hope you're feeling better. Hey, what's up, Noku? Thank you, I appreciate that. Sarah, I just saw your payment for a single question. There is one ahead of you, Ananda, but I'm still waiting on her. Let me message her to see if she's coming up in this chat or the next one. Hi, Sigma. I received your payment for a single question. I'm just messaging my client who submitted payment before you to see if she's hopping on now. But if not, we'll just get right on started with your reading, okay? Hello, Ananda. Exclamation mark. They always do that. Autocorrect, it'll write her name and then they'll change it. It's because she has a different name. Hey, I'm on. Hey, what's up? I was just messaging you. All right, so we'll get into your reading now, and then we'll get into Sigma's reading, okay? And Ananda only has a single question, so it's only going to be 10 minutes. All right, so feel free to hop on back in 10 minutes, or you can just stay on and wait. But let's get into it with your reading. We wanted to know what's to come generally, and we're not going to start your timer till about 3 minutes. And let's see. What's to come generally? We're going to begin with the tarot. A little bit of stiffness with the tarot, a little bit. It's almost like maybe you're going to become very strict with some people around you, okay? Maybe some people that you end up catching trying to lie to you with the Five of Swords energy coming up in the reversal. Somebody who tried to put on like a fake facade or a fake kind of like energy towards you. And it's funny because it's almost like you manifested this. It's almost like you said a silent prayer to yourself, like, I want to know the truth about certain things. Like, I want to be led to the truth. I want to really know and feel the truth. I want to see it. I wanted to, like, it might not have been in those words exactly, but for some reason I'm getting that vibe to like where you really wanted to know the truth about something and it's coming towards you pretty fast. But let's get into it. I'm also talking about that. I'm actually creating a deck that's going to be available around 5 o'clock tonight. It's called Scandalous. So it's going to have like all of their scandalous thoughts, things like that. It's going to be like secrets they keep, but ×2 and a lot more brutal. Okay, so I'll give everybody a pre-warning before that. It's not going to be many lovey-dovey messages in there. But let's see here what's coming for you and what do you need to know. The Emperor card is coming up in the reversal. So this could be one of 4 things actually with it coming up in the reversal. So let's get another card just in case. King of Wands. Okay, so this could be somebody who is kind of like taking, let's just say you have a certain schedule for the day. And this person knows, even though you're at home and maybe you work from home or something like that, this person knows like you have a certain schedule. This person will take a nap. Meanwhile, they're telling you like, oh, I'll be there at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock comes around. They're still not there. No word from them, anything like that. Then they finally show up around like 3 or 4 o'clock. This person holds no respect for your time, your schedule. They become kind of like arrogant. Okay? Sigma, no, this is not you. This is Ananda, okay? Your reading is coming right after Ananda's, like I said in the beginning. But 2 of Wands energy right next to the King of Wands. But it's coming up in the reversal. You're going to feel this disconnect with this person because you're going to feel like it's only this person's way or the highway. You want to go horseback riding, have a whole day planned. You could even cover it, pay for it, everything. But your person is like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go on a horse and be free and have fun and I don't want to do that. So then the blessings transfer, right? You end up doing something else with somebody else who's way more deserving of that, who appreciates it a lot more than somebody who doesn't appreciate it at all. So you end up sharing your blessing with somebody, or you just end up sharing it with yourself. But with this energy coming in, no, you're fine, Sigma, you're fine. The Emperor card and the King of, you're going to be right after this one, okay? The Emperor card, the King of Wands, and the Two of Wands coming up in the reversal does signify a disconnect. But it also signifies that something that you visualize happening, but it happening in a way that you never really planned on it happening. Okay? Now, getting the next card, you have the Page of Cups. Now, somebody's eventually going to be apologizing to you for some kind of arrogant behavior. Or maybe they just felt really entitled, or maybe they just felt like the whole world kind of runs around them and that your schedule or what you want to do or what you have planned or what you see, it doesn't necessarily matter within the connection. And that could end up like being a really big conversation that you end up having with your person. And sometimes your conversation, I don't even know if that's the way that you can describe it, but your conversation out, okay? You're conversationed out to like where you're like, I don't want to talk about this anymore. It's like year 6, I don't want to talk about this. It's year 5, I've been talking about this every single year. It's year 4, I've been talking about this, you know what I mean? 2, 3, 1, it's like, you know, well, 1, you're still working on things. 2, there's an excuse. 3, I mean, what the fuck, you know? Now, the next one, you have the 8 of Wands energy coming forth. Somebody is going to send you an apology because they truly felt like they lost out on you because of something they did or said that adversely affected you in a way where they didn't even really think about it. Okay? Keep celebrating you and your born day all month long. Oh, you're so cute, Empress. Thank you. Underneath the Emperor card is the Knight of Cups. Like I said, there's somebody's coming towards you with an apology. It's so funny because this person wanted to come across as really genuine, as really heartfelt, as really empathic, and they just are coming across as kind of like a controlling, a little bit tyrant at times. It's Toya beats W. Oh my God. I was wondering, I was like, who is this Empress T and why does she have a moderator thing on there? I was like, okay, I'll deal with it in a second. But okay, cool. Welcome in, love. Now, underneath the King of Wands energy, yeah, that's making me laugh. You have the Justice card, okay? And also, for those of you guys who are interested in free card pulls, Free Card Monday is going to be coming, okay, once a month. And I'll have that scheduled for next Monday, okay? With the Justice card coming in, I do feel like this is somebody who wanted to bring balance to the connection, but a little bit too aggressive. Maybe they wanted to be genuine and wanted to be expressive, but they came across like very kind of like the complete polar opposite, okay? Because the Emperor card in reversal is completely different than the Knight of freaking Cups, okay? The Knight of Cups is somebody who's genuine, sees, he just kind of takes orders, but at the same time, he kind of goes with the flow with things. Like his bot, like the king will tell him like, oh, go and see this person. But with the Knight of Cups, what's going to happen is he's going to have a lot of spiritual interferences, right? So he's going to have kind of like, he'll end up going, let's just say if he's going to the gym, okay, or let's put it something else, the I don't know, park, work, whatever you want to say. It's like his boss will give them a dictatorship to be like, okay, you're going to go there. But then all of a sudden throughout the periods, like at a stoplight, he sees somebody acting crazy, or like at like on the way, on the way to the, or like little things will come up to where it'll grab his attention to give him or her the spiritual awareness that they're needing to receive within that moment. Okay, because the water sign, whether they're spiritual or not, they're just immensely just spiritual naturally. Even when you just talk with them, they just kind of are. Okay, they don't necessarily have to focus on it, but they are. So underneath the Two of Wands energy, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. And you're probably like, well, then how does that relate to that? So he was stopping along the way. Instead of him kind of embracing that change, he got kind of like wanting to control the moment. Okay. So with the Knight of Cups, instead of just being like, oh, that's fucking crazy, this person on the corner doing all this stuff, like I'm just going to keep driving. Like, I don't know what to do, but I'm going to think about that moment. And maybe it was a warning to something. And they'll overthink. Some of them will be like that. Now, other people will just be like, I don't give a fuck about, like, what's on the corner. Or, like, who does that. Or, like, whatever. Like, I really don't care. But then in the future, it ends up, like, it's so weird. Because growing up around Pisces, it ended up just happening. Like, it just, like, my grandma was Pisces, my brother-in-law was Pisces, my sisters are Pisces. It just ended up happening. And I don't know why I'm feeling like this person ends up learning from their own controlling behaviors, learning from their own, like, ways of wanting to control the situation or how it turns out. This is somebody who literally takes the fun out of seeing them sometimes, because they'll message you and message you and message you up to the point when they're about to see you. And you're just like, is this like completely planned? Like, this entire situation? Like, are you not spontaneously just like wanting to come and hang out and then we can just spontaneously do something different? Or are we just trapped in this controlled environment doing one thing all the time? You know what I mean? Underneath the Page of Cups energy, you have the Hangman coming up in the reversal. So he's known for some time that you're deserving of an apology. Okay? He's known for some time that he has the Hangman. Whenever it comes to in reversal, they know what they're supposed to do. They're waiting for something significant, like I was saying, and I was going into the Knight of Cups, like a sign, okay, for them to really solidify things with you or to really apologize, because at times this person really doesn't feel like it's their fault the majority of the time, okay? And now underneath, and are they wrong? I don't know. I haven't dove into every single situation that they think about. You know what I mean? Are they wrong? I mean, I'm not getting the spiritual perspective. I'm just getting from their own personal point of view, and it's how it's influencing your life and what it's bringing to you that you need to know. Now, underneath the Eight of Wands, you're receiving the Two of Cups. There's somebody who is unwilling to let you go, and it could be two different people, okay? There could have been somebody who distanced themselves from you in October, or there could have been somebody who had maybe legal issues or legal problems that's going to be balancing out soon. It's almost like they're making it like a really big priority in their life to like alter that, okay? And with the Emperor card in reversal, it's almost like what he is trying to really portray to you, it's not coming across, and he's frustrated with himself to the point where he's had time, maybe a period of solitude or some form of isolation, to like where he thinks about like, what do I really want? And has this person really been a positive influence in my life? Like really thinking about those things, and actually sees you as being a part of their life. But, well, more, you have the King of Swords, but they're cold doing it. So this person's expression of their love language is completely different than yours. And I went into this a little bit with a private reading, just a little bit. Because, you know, sometimes we expect, and you know, it's so funny, my roommate said something so like, honestly, I want to write it on the card or put it on a t-shirt or something and probably give him profit or some shit. But with the King of Swords energy, it's like, don't expect things that you haven't talked about with your person. Okay? He said it like completely differently. But the gist of it was like, don't expect things that you haven't really talked about with your person yet. So if your person took the initiative to like sit down and talk with you about something, like let's just say like it's Christmas, but you guys haven't really been together a long time, and they're like, you know what, it's Christmas, I didn't even actually envision us being together. They may not even say it that way. They're like, but I didn't get anything. I didn't do anything. Like I didn't, you know what I mean? But with the King of Swords energy, it's kind of like not even having those conversations. Again, a lot of controlling things coming out, and him feeling like it's his choice and his decision. Hey, what's up, Toy? You're going to be right after Sigma, okay? And one more card you're getting is the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords energy is coming up in the reversal position, okay? The reversal position does signify that this person is going to give you these false endings. This immense false ending. You're going to feel kind of stuck in the cycle with this person, but little by little, you reach certain breakthroughs within the cycle to where there are changes that are going to be happening in the future. But you don't want to cling on to it too much, especially if you are like, you know what, I have given you chance. You know, after chance, after chance, after chance. And it's been year after year after year, you know, or it's been month after month after month. And you are doing the exact same thing. You're saying this, you're doing that. And I feel like you're going to come to terms with yourself as well with some of these things. And this is where you're going to end up having to make a really strong decision or strong choice between a couple different lovers here with the Three of Swords, maybe two different people. Okay, one person who's been like really adamantly a part of your life, you know, but still inconsistent in a way where you just genuinely feel unloved. And then another person's coming in to kind of like make you feel rejuvenated, but at the same time, there's a part of you that like feels like you can't necessarily trust this person. All right. Now, as we close up your reading, I'm going to give you a Lightworker Oracle card as well, okay? And then we'll get into Sigma's reading. But let's see here, and then Toya's. But let's see here. What do you need to know at this current time? Because it looks like love really wanted to come up for you. We're going to get a couple different cards. It's an interesting card to receive in reversal. Grounding energy. So it's almost like somebody's going to come in to try to help heal your heart, but and want to ground with you. And this could even be potential. I'm just going to read it the way that I am receiving it, and then we'll get into like the nitty gritty of what, the cards mean and everything. But for some reason, when I'm looking at this, it's almost like you do have a spiritual soul child that is like calling out to you. Okay. And with soul child there. And then you're also getting heart transmission in the reversal, but there's this immense blockage that you're feeling, this lack of trust. It's so funny because the moment that your inner child feels awakened and rejuvenated and has this sense of like trust, it's like the minute that this person opens up their mouth to you, it's like there's something inside of you that's just like, I don't know if that's 100% correct. And then you have this kind of like Eight of Swords moment where you're like, is this my doubt or is this my intuition? Or is this just fear and anxiety or just like my doubt? But with grounding energy also coming forth, this is also about people wanting to ground with you. This is also you putting in your roots with something and really feeling like you're building towards a path. And this is not only with love, this is also with your career and even branching out, creating a bigger family unit for yourself. I wouldn't be surprised if you have a dream about like somebody giving you an immense heartfelt confession. You wake up and this person like breaks your heart or something like that. And then in the future, like a couple of days later, maybe even a couple of weeks after that, this person comes back and gives you that heartfelt confession as a testament to your faith of how true you actually believed that it was going to be as well. Which is interesting because I never normally get that perspective. But now as we dive individually into it, the soul child card is your inner child wanting to awaken that up. And the heart transmission is usually about receiving like a really strong confession where you can feel it in your soul. But with it coming up in the reversal, it signifies kind of like a blockage of like, maybe you don't believe what's coming to you, what somebody is saying genuine because of the things that they've done in the past or said in the past, where you're just like, I don't know if I trust you right now with everything. You know what I mean? But with the grounding energy coming forth, it's also about really finding your place in life. Really finding like, you know what, I'm building towards something. I actually see a vision for my future. I don't know who exactly is going to be in those roles, but I see the movie happening, you know? So with that vibe coming in, it's all about you taking the patience with yourself, but it's also about you not neglecting your inner child, about the things that usually made you happy, okay? Like what made you the happiest as a kid? Was it like drawing? Was it playing outside? Was it, was it nature? Was it grounding? Was it being creative? Was it highly functional? Was it connecting with other people around you and being heard and seen by other people around you? Not necessarily feeling special, but being heard and seen as an equal. Like what really made you happy? It's not just about, oh yeah, I used to love to paint when I was a kid. Like what about painting did you like? Did you like that you could create anything? That you can control one certain space? You know? Yeah, I was watching Vampire Diaries and Klaus had said something. He says a lot of things that are like, what the fuck? But at the same time, they're so real that you're just like, at least he's being honest with you. And you really don't have to second guess like his motive with that. Like you could already understand that he's going to manipulate you in some capacity. But he said that he used to have a really when he was getting to know Caroline, because that's a whole different side of him, is when he connects with Caroline, right? And like he ends up telling Caroline, it was like season 4, and he ends up telling Caroline like, I used to paint and his paintings are like beautiful and stuff like that. And he's like, this was the only like thing I could control and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, so certain things like that, you know what I mean? But not necessarily like, well, how is this going to help me bond with them more? It's like, how is it going to help you bond with yourself more? Because when this person's dead and gone after you've had your good 30, 40 years with this person married, if you get lucky enough for that, blessed enough for that, what are you going to do after? You're just going to like cling on to your daughter or your son or your grandchildren and never truly love yourself for who you are and like what you like. And I don't know why I'm getting that video on TikTok that was really viral. It was like, Grandma, what you doing today? It's like, what? My business ain't everybody's business sometimes. Can I just focus on what I'm doing? If you focus on what you're doing? Like, I don't know why I'm getting that vibe. It's because I do feel like you're going to be codependent growing into, it's so funny, I keep saying growing up. Grow up because we never stop growing up. Like, we never do. So, like, until we, but with this energy, it really strongly signifies that, like, you're going to end up finding your footing. You're going to end up finding your grounding. And I do feel like you're on the pathway to creating a family, but it's also about shifting your energy and being okay with being alone as well sometimes. But that's what I'm getting for your reading. I hope that you enjoyed that reading. I know we went a little bit over there, but I hope that you enjoyed that. I'm going to go into Sigmas. Let me just message her. And your channeled message is going to be delivered 1 hour after live stream. You know that's in the description, everything. You guys know. But I always like to say it. All right, so let's get into Sigma's question. Sigma, how are you doing, love? If you're not on here, this feels like me and A. We've been going through it lately. That's funny. I was telling my friend to look at your childhood and things you loved. Oh, damn. Well, there's a confirmation there. So sometimes we end up telling people things that we need to hear too. Sometimes I am guilty of doing that. Sigma, good. Okay, all right, cool. So let's get into your reading here. And then right after you, it is Latoya. What I need to know. Okay, so let's get into what you need to know. So you're welcome, Nana. I hope you have a beautiful day, okay? But let's get into it with what you need to know. What you need to know is that there's somebody who feels an immense emotional disconnect with you, and they don't necessarily understand why. But at the same time, they just have stopped trying. So you have stopped kind of putting in that effort towards them as well, is what I'm picking up with the Seven of Pentacles too. And this could have like led into your, not trying to be TMI, but it could have led into your sex life a little bit, okay? To like where you were feeling kind of like maybe a little bit insecure in the bedroom at times and stuff like that. I don't know why I'm getting that energy to like where you thought that he was like thinking of somebody else or something like that. And I don't know why I feel the need to say like maybe he could have been at times, but I don't feel like it's every time. With the Two of Pentacles energy coming up in the reversal, this is also about you coming to a choice with something and finding balance within yourself, okay? Which is interesting with that Two of Pentacles. You could have also had two different options try to come towards you with the Two of Pentacles. Okay. One person keeps cyber stalking you and is not wanting to do anything. The other person is actually wanting to start some kind of conversation with you. Okay. Six of Cups energy in the reversal, which makes me feel like this is somebody from your past who's stuck in the past. There could be something that you're stuck on in the past that Spirit's saying like it's time for you to detach from that. And what truly loves you will come back. You know, like that kind of energy. All right. But sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes you have to like find out if you really love that person. You have to let them go. And then when you collide and you meet again, sometimes that love is real. Sometimes you realize that maybe it wasn't what you thought it was, which is also something that's evident throughout here. What are you investing in? What are you putting way too much energy in that's not giving back to you? Now, you're also getting the Magician card, and it's coming up in the upright, which means that this is a manifestation that happened. This could have been somebody else who wanted you and your person to break up. I don't know, I'm getting that vibe. Well, I do, with the Magician card coming up underneath the Two of Cups in reversal. Like, what the fuck? Underneath the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Cups, which means that somebody who left you out in the cold and just kind of like left you stagnant. So it's not that you were just hung up on somebody who clearly doesn't want you or whatever. Like, it might be seem so like simple like that to like other people, but in reality, this person kind of painted a really beautiful like picture for you. And it wasn't things just like worked up in your head. Like, these are things that you guys actually like talked about and actually went through. But this person didn't follow through on some things that they didn't, that they planned on doing for you, or that they told you that they would do. They just didn't follow through on that. And it left you kind of like feeling, well, it brought you back to like this abandonment feeling of like, why doesn't mom want to hang out with me for the day? Or why doesn't dad want to hang out with me? Or why does my big sister keep shoving her door in my face and not wanting to connect, you know? With the Nine of Wands energy in the reversal, this is also about you unlocking something, okay? This is about you letting down a guard of yours and connecting with somebody different. This is also somebody letting down their guard after being really complacent and like super stagnant with you, finally giving you some form of appreciation with the Six of Wands energy. It's almost like the divine is bringing attention to your love life and certain deals that you're going to make. And you're going to notice this because it's almost like you're going to be in a year of partnership soon. To like, and what does that mean? It's almost like you're gonna be able to get that one really cool friend, okay? That one person that you're super connected with, that one job where you and your boss are like this, like stuff like that, like a partnership year where you're collaborating with people, you're doing things different, okay? Underneath, sorry, I hiccuped there. It's good luck. Anyway, 8 of Swords energy. Underneath the 6 of Cups, you're caught up in your head because, like I said, it seems so simple to everybody else. Like, dude, like this person's not in your life. Like, just disconnect from this person. It doesn't matter. It doesn't like, but to you, this person painted a picture and it was really fucking vivid. Okay? And your intuition inside of you is just saying, you know what? Just move forward. Just keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. But there's still these memories, these intense flashes that come in your mind. And it is because somebody is still manifesting you after a breakup as well. Okay, really thinking about you, maybe even like liking a post here or there, and keeping you kind of like, oh, okay, are they interested? Should I just wait for them? Should I just, because people who kind of get loyal even in situationships and stuff like that, we kind of get like that, where you're like, well, I want to make sure that we're completely done or whatever over with until I even talk to somebody on Bumble. You know what I mean? It's always this person in my read. I know, I'm so sorry, but it keeps coming up. I'm not even into him. Well, I'm trying to tell you, this person's manifesting you. This is why this person keeps coming up. This is why this layout comes out similar for you. And it's almost like you're meant to find something out that this person hid from you in the past as well, with the 7 of Swords energy in the reversal. So it's not necessarily, like sometimes when you go back to somebody or go back to a situation, you end up finding out secrets. You end up finding out things that you didn't necessarily know of in the first place. It's kind of like when you watch a movie over again and you finally see, like, when you notice Transformers, there's so much product placement. Like Mountain Dew, so much product placement and out there. But you don't notice it when you're watching because you're just focused on Sam Witwicky. You're focused on Megan Fox. What was her name in there? Michaela. Why'd they give her that fucking name? I'm sorry. Anyway, they should have given her like a better name. She was way too pretty for that name. Anyway, not saying Michaelas aren't pretty. Anyway, it's just the Michaelas I've come across. Anyway, the 4 of Pentacles energy coming forth in the upright. You know what I mean? Just like, she doesn't look like a Michaela. Anyway, with the 4 of, if anything, Candace in the, Candace, the Victoria's Secret model, she looked like more like a Michaela than anything else. Anyway, so with the, she looks more like a, I don't know, like Alex or, I don't know why I'm getting into this, but for some reason it's like you're meant to notice these things that you didn't notice before, or really like, or things that didn't irritate you before. You're meant to notice now. Like 4 of Pentacles energy. This is also somebody holding on to your energy and with immense thought, thinking that they can always. I'll have to ask better questions so he doesn't come out anymore. Well, you asked what you generally need to know. You asked what you need to know. And what you need to know is that this person is still very much hooked on you. If you're not feeling this way, it's vice versa. I want you to know that. And you know that this person's still hooked on you and stuff like that. This person's still very much concentrating and thinking about your energy. You're probably like, well, how do I get this person to stop? Da, 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 da. I was going to say unfortunately, but fortunately, we cannot control each other. Okay? Fortunately. And I'm really grateful for that on a daily basis. We can influence others and we can make people believe that they're controlled. You know what I mean? But in reality, they have their own kind of like vibe with inside of them. I've done cord cutting. I don't know. If you guys follow me, you guys know I don't really do like that stuff. I just pray about things. I work through them, and it's kind of like going through a sickness without any medicine sometimes. Let's get into it with some more cards. The Hermit card coming up in the reversal. This person, the reason why this person keeps coming up in your readings is because this person's going to come out in the woodwork and reach out to you. And you're going to want to know why. Okay? But let's get into some general insight for you from the Lightworker Oracle. Then we're going to go into Toya's read. Grace. Damn. Whenever grace comes out, it's a little bit of a bittersweet card because it's almost like you're being very hard on yourself, what you've done, the mistakes that you've, gone through, stuff like that. But you have to be more, you got to give yourself grace. You got to give yourself a moment to be like, you know what, I fucked up. I had a moment. I did this, I did that. Like, but to acknowledge that, to take accountability, heal and move forward is a big deal instead of ruing on it. So when the grace card comes out, it's kind of like, it's okay to mourn your loss over the thing that you really wanted or the person that you really wanted. Because sometimes we mourn our losses. We all mourn our losses differently and in different time frames. Sometimes when you don't get that approval that you wanted, you mourn that loss. Okay, then you get redirected. Okay, same thing with love. Now the next one we have here is ascension. All right. So you're about to see things differently. You're about to see things in a way that your person sees them and also how you see them. It's kind of like how you can have like a little bit, if you are aware of like Libra and Mars, it's kind of like you seeing your person's perspective and then also your perspective, which leaves you in a weird area of like, okay, well, what do I want? Now that I have this information, what do I want? What am I willing to give off of? And how much sympathy am I willing to give this other person? You know what I mean? And that could also be something that's going to end up coming for you, okay? Is that this ascension, you're going to be viewing things differently. You're going to be viewing yourself differently. You're going to have more forgiveness for the things and mistakes that you had, dealt with in the past. And you're also going to be a lot more on your life journey. Not my person. He is a pred. I don't know what pred means. And you said, I agree, this resonates. What is a pred? No offense. What is a pred? Predecessor? Juicy reading. Unlimited. Oh, hey, Unlimited Creations. But with Life Path, this is also about you finding like, okay, predator. What the fuck you mean predator? Report his ass to legal authorities. The fuck you mean predator? Guys, I'm very sensitive about stuff like that. So, like, I have an app, okay, to know, like, when there's sexual offenders within a quarter-mile radius of me. Do you understand? So, like, I'm not telling you to take this person back, but this is, that could probably be, so you might want to watch that word, predator, okay? So if he's not necessarily a predator, what do you mean by that? Okay? Another one from the bottom, you're getting orbs of light. Did you see my other comments? Stephanie, hi, Jaslyn. Booked a single question. Hey, what's up, love? There's Toya. I gotta look at the list again, but there's Toya and there's another person after that. I think Jaden. There's Toya, Jaden, and then it's Stephanie. What? Hold on, I'm reading through your messages. Good. It's always this person in my read. I'm not even into him. I wanted to know about moving and money, shaking my head. Then, girl, why didn't you ask about moving and money? Why did you just say what I need to know? I don't want to go back to this person. He's a predator. Literally had a reader say he has CP. What is CP? And we are talking about Club Penguin. That's literally where I was. What's CP? What is this lingo? I don't understand this lingo. I'll have to ask better questions so he doesn't come in anymore. I've done cord cutting. I don't know. Not my person. He is a predator. No offense. I agree. This resonates. Predator. Did you see my other comments? So what do you mean? What's a CP? Oh, you didn't say it, but it came up in my mind. Don't write it. I know. You didn't have to. Yeah, I know. It clicked. It's probably while you were writing, I received the intuitive message, but it clicked. But anyway, Lord have mercy. Just stay away from that person. Block this person. But here's the thing: with people like that, there's no cure for that. I hope you understand that there's no cure for that. It's scientifically proven that there is no cure for that. Okay, my father had this whole conversation with me when it happened with me. He's more like. Anyway, so he just had this whole conversation. He's like, it's something that you cannot cure. It's like, it's literally something you cannot go. He used to work for the, police department and stuff like that. So, I don't talk about him too much. He doesn't want me to talk about him, so I don't. That was his request, so I don't. He doesn't want me to talk about my family or my family at all, or like even if I have a family at all. He doesn't want me to do that at all. So anyway, orbs of light. So let's just say this person, I used to know, orbs of light coming forth in the upright position, okay? You're going to be receiving a lot more reassurance on your life path journey. This could even be divine assistance when you need it the most. You're also going to get a lot more reassurance with yourself, okay, about what you can actually achieve. You may sometimes think like, oh, I need help with this or I need help with that. And you're going to be put in a situation where you're only going to be relying on yourself, okay? Yeah, orbs of light, and then you're also getting beam of light. You're going to be led, if you're wondering, like, where am I going to move to next? What am I going to do next? I need to do a moving video for people because that's been, like, a request, too. But I have a bunch of moving videos, guys. You know that. I have a bunch of moving videos. I have a bunch of, like, when you're going to get your next car video, all that. It's in my moods playlist. Exactly. I was thinking the same thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, report that person, okay? And hopefully, the system isn't fucked. But either way, that person will be researched, okay, because they take that pretty seriously. They do, okay. So, yeah, but that is what I'm receiving for you, love. If you want a money and moving message for your mini channeled message, just feel free to write to me. Just send me a quick email. You said I did and they fired me. They fired you for reporting somebody? Girl. What? That's retaliation. You can't do that legally. I mean, unless you live in... Where are you? You know what I mean? So this was your boss. Power and control. By Marina and the Diamonds. I love her. She's English. 30 minutes after they fired me. I'm in Florida. Still, it's going to be a lawsuit. 30 minutes after they fired me. What do you mean? You reported him after you got fired? Well, then that's different. That's different. Damn. You should have did it before. Because then they wouldn't have been able to fire you that easily. You understand? Anyway, so I told them. Yeah, you told them after. So now they think that you're retaliating against him. So now you're the person who's like the bad guy. That's, you know what I mean? It's so finicky. And you're going to have to come up with proof. And then 30 minutes after the text. That's what I'm saying. They don't really care. If you didn't do it before that moment that they fired you, they are no longer legally, you know what I mean? But at the same time, if you were going through something and you didn't do a report and something did happen and there was an incident, you guys know I don't give legal advice or anything on here. It's all for entertainment purposes only. Take what resonates, leave the rest out. So I'm going to stop there. But I will say this, okay, is that you said, no, I did it before. Okay, so explain to me the situation. I'm going to give you a moment to explain to me the situation, and we're going to transition to Toya's read. Here, I'm going to pull up her question. We'll get into that. But, because I'm confused, because you said 30 minutes before, 30 minutes after. What are you talking about? Like, they fired you 30 minutes after you reported him? I told the owner, filed the report with the owner, then the owner fired me. Was it a small mom and pop like fucking place? Let me tell you something. There's a small mom and pop freaking like restaurant that I used to work for like literally just a couple months while I was building my channel. Okay, I got double staff in my fucking eye with like hospital reports. Okay, that I'd gotten from their dirty like silverware nasty ass bucket of blue water that popped up in my eye. Okay. And I had gotten like double staff in my eye to where I needed antibacterial eye drops. Like it had gotten really serious. Do you understand? And like to where I couldn't really see and I was still doing readings. Do you understand? Okay, so it's not a small business, but anyway. Well, how many locations? They just said, you said, no, it's a huge company, 1,000 employees. Okay, so yeah, I would say take your chances with a lawsuit. You know what I mean? Take your chances with a lawsuit with that one. But yeah, the mom and pop place that I work for was a fucking disaster. They still can't even send me my W-2. I'm just like, all right, so I'll just contact the IRS. You're going to have to report your taxes to the IRS. And so I'm going to get my report from them. Like, how are you going to upload it to a system that doesn't even, like, you don't even have access to? What does that even mean? You know what I mean? And it's crazy because I'm like, bro, like it's literally just my W-2. I'm not asking for any additional money. I'm not asking for anything. So all of my taxes are placed on hold until I can file for that one W-2. So I'm just like, all right, thank God I have until April, but the IRS will send out the W-2s at the end of February. So, you know, like you just have to call and request that. They'll send you your W-2. No problem at the end of February if you don't receive yours. So that's what I'm going to do there. But she made it so fucking difficult. It took me 4 weeks just to get in touch with her. And I'm thinking, bitch, you close at fucking 4 every day. Like, and, oh, but I bake. And shut the fuck up. Like, you know what I mean? I literally went in on this person because she has like continuously done this to other employees. Like, I went in on this person because I was like, you've done this to like other fucking employees, dude. Like, she's done this multiple times to multiple employees. They didn't get their W-2s till like mad late, like sketchy shit that she does. And it's like fucking crazy. And I'm just like, you know what? You do you. If you want to continuously be scandalous, do what you want to do. I am going to contact the IRS. I am going to get my W-2. That is going to happen. You know what I mean? So at that point, all of her emails that were only generating problem after problem after problem after problem, I told her every single email that you have sent me has only been problem focused. Not one of those emails have been solution oriented. She was like, well, your behavior right now. I'm thinking, bitch, you're not even my fucking boss. You didn't even pay me enough to fucking pay my rent, bitch. What the fuck? You took the majority of my tips, bitch. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? So I'm just like, nah. And I wasn't even allowed to sit down and you want to talk to me about my behavior? I'm going to talk to you about yours. So, you know, so things like that, you have to stand up for yourself. I'm an Aquarius, so, you know, things get a little bit difficult sometimes because it's not that I go against the system. It's just when, I don't know why I feel like sometimes the system likes to fuck with me, okay? Like, and it's crazy because I'll end up going through something that other people have been going through, but just didn't have the courage to like speak up about it or say something about it or whatever. And then I have to be the asshole, or I have to be like, you know what, I'm gonna report you, or I have to do this, or I gotta call corporate, and then change happens. So like sometimes when you go through these like really difficult things and difficult circumstances, it's like really for a reason. And, you know, even though it may have been difficult for that owner to take that feedback from you, okay, maybe it was needed. Okay, maybe it was needed. But anyway, so let's get into Toya. But I hope that you get through this. Sorry, I went on a little tangent there. But let's get into Toya's, then we'll get into Jaden's, and then Stephanie's, okay? So what will the outcome when you go into work today regarding your attendance issue? What are Andre's thoughts about me? I should do a career read for people too. I should do a career read for that. Or just, like a work read or something like that oriented. I should do that. What will be the outcome when I go to work today regarding my attendance issue? What are Andre's thoughts about me currently? For the message not big. Sorry, I was reading through that. But okay, so let me know. I'm going to get started once Toya gives me the okay to get started on her reading because I went on a tangent there. So I message her, let her know that it's her read now. She's so cute. She sent me so many cute birthday things on there. That's what I'm seeing on there now. Hello, it's your turn. Okay, so I'm just waiting for her, and then we'll get started on her read. But yeah, Sigma, that's some shit. I'm here, Jazz. All right, cool. So let's get into your reading, and let's see about your attendance issue. So what is going to be the outcome? So I want you to know that you're probably only going to receive some form of warning with the Ace of Cups energy coming forth in the upright position. They do genuinely like your work, but they just want to make sure that you're not, I don't know why I'm hearing, they just want to make sure everything's okay because you're not acting the way that you normally act. I don't know why I'm getting that energy. They do feel like the star card is literally here. So they do feel like you're some form of a star employee to where you'll help other people, or you'll even help like other people with their responsibilities or take on like extra shifts and stuff like that. Like they take all of that into consideration, and how you are wanting this to go is very much going to go into your favor. It's almost like it's going to go in your favor. All right. it's something that you're manifesting to yourself. You don't realize how rapidly, this happens with a lot of Libras, is that they don't realize how rapidly their thoughts create their reality. And sometimes I feel like that's why they have this duality, because they know of two potential realities that could really happen, and it could be instantaneous, and it gets them kind of like in their head about it sometimes. I don't know why I'm getting that vibe. But let's get into the Queen of Pentacles. We got the Queen of Pentacles in the upright. Page of Swords coming up in the upright. There could be somebody who's like defending you, or there could be quick information that they didn't really know about or something like that. You could also be getting more hours. I know how crazy that sounds, but it's almost like they're going to give you more hours or ask you to work more. And it's almost like you're going to be like, all right, I'll do it. Like I said, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Libra, Queen of Swords, all right? Balance, authority, restoration. They feel like you're a valuable employee. They feel like you're too good to kind of like just cut off. It doesn't mean that you're unfireable, but they are going to have a talk with you. It's going to be a quick chat. It's not going to be super long, okay? And I do feel like you're going to be having divine assistance, because I feel like you prayed about this for some reason, because it really had you worried and really stressed out. It's going to be a quick turnaround too with the Page of Wands. If you were getting fired or something like that, this whole layout would have been different. I'm just letting you know that. But they want to know, now that you've gotten some... Sorry. Hold on, let me put this on mute. Anyway, that's good luck in reading, but I just had to take a second. Okay, that sounds what I'm feeling intuitive as well. So with the Eight of Cups energy coming forth, that's good, that's confirmation. With the Eight of Cups energy coming forth, I do feel like they think that you're leaving work early than expected. Like maybe you might be like, oh, I'm just going to leave. Like it's easy. They want you to stay your full shift. Okay. This happened to me whenever I was like early in my salon years. I was like 17. I was already like a year or so behind the chair. And I would make my goal and I'd be like, okay, that's it for the day. Like I didn't take into consideration like, oh shit, I have to help clean up the shop. I got to help the receptionist balance out things. I got to be there just in case a potential new client comes in. Like, you know, it's not only just about my book and like what I finished for the day, you know, but thinking back, I probably would have been more happier being in a commission-based focused salon versus like an hourly position-based salon, because of like the way that I am naturally and how I want to be flexible with my schedule and how I want to be able to just be like, you know what? Yeah, I can go horseback riding today. Let me just get this done really quick and then I'll go horseback riding. Why? Because I want to. What the fuck? So underneath the Page of Swords energy, you have the Page of Cups, okay? Now, I do want you to understand they do have, I don't want to say that they're favoriting you, but they could be a little bit more lenient towards you because you put up with a lot of shit. You also handle a lot of other people's responsibilities, and you do it with grace and with poise and intelligence, especially with the Queen of Swords being here, all right? Now, you may end up like apologizing quickly, being like, listen, I'm so sorry. This won't happen again. Like, I'll definitely be on top of it. Like, I'm just hearing that conversation. It's going to be quick because they don't want you to feel like, oh my God, if you like it, we're going to fire you like right now, this second or whatever. Like, they don't want you to feel that way. Thank you. Thank you, Toya. Now, I'm surprised that you're not coming up as the Empress because there's so much of your energy that's displayed in your workplace. You're fiery, you're passionate, you're also not one to hold back from like what you know how to do correctly, and you're also willing to train other people in the process, which makes them feel kind of like heard and appreciated, okay? Which you may feel like it's so minimal, like I'm just training somebody how to do this, but something that they've asked their supervisor or somebody else to help them with, they just haven't been helping them, and they've just been like doing this runaround, like running around with like a, yeah, I hate this saying, but a chicken with his head cut off, you know, like running around, okay? And like you're the person who's like, hey, like, do you need help with this? Okay, because in your mind you're like, I hate this person running around not knowing what the fuck to do, so I'm just gonna help them build this, and then we're gonna go about our way because I'm not gonna stay here all freaking day trying to deal with somebody doing that. Even though it may come across like that to you sometimes, it's actually really helpful to the person that you're actually helping because they do want to be successful in that place and they don't want to look like a chicken with their head cut off running around everywhere. Now, underneath Judgment is the Five of Wands energy in the reversal. That's literally how they are. No organization with real communication order. I don't know how I was getting that vibe, but like And you're very organized. You're actually somebody who has a little bit of like supervisor potential, okay? Especially with this energy. You're fiery, you're passionate, you're a go-getter, you're also really intelligent, you're quick to pick up on new things that you learn, especially with the Page and the Queen of Swords energy. The Queen of Pentacles energy in the upright position does suggest that you're somebody who could be very profitable to the company, but it's like you're not fulfilling their needs of like what they want entirely. So they're going to sit down and talk with you about it, but it's not going to be the end all be all. If anything, this is going to lead you towards a path of a raise because they're going to pay attention to you a little bit more. You are going to take on a lot more responsibilities and may end up having to do longer hours. You're probably like, longer hours? I already do longer hours. I completely understand because you do longer hours and you're in transportation. And that is something that's really heavy, like on your system. Most people don't think that. They're thinking, oh, you're just driving, whatever. They don't think, oh, I have to physically be aware all the time of my surroundings and externally and internally of the vehicle, okay? Especially if you're like picking up like random people or things like that, it's actually a focus. So just because somebody just focuses on the title of it or whatever, they think is not as big or as dramatic, but it actually does have focus, okay? With the 10 of Wands energy coming forth in the upright, this is also about you being like, listen, I just want to go home, okay? I'm just getting that energy. You're going to be very exhausted for the next couple weeks, but I do feel like it's going to be what you've been asking for pay-wise. It's almost like there's a little bit of a gap that you've been wanting to fill with your finances, and you're going to be able to fill in this gap with those extra hours that they are going to be giving you, okay? One more from the top. You're getting the Ace of Wands. By no means I don't feel like they're going to fire you, but they're just going to have a conversation with you, okay? And I do feel like your boss actually wants to keep you there for a really long time with the King of Pentacles energy coming forth. One more from the top. You have the Four of Swords in reversal, but they're getting a little bit restless because they feel like you're taking advantage of them just a little bit with the time frame, you know, like not staying full shift or maybe leaving a little bit early or showing up late or maybe calling out, you know, things like that, okay? But I feel like it's not as drastic as that. I just feel like maybe it was just a couple days, something like that, and they're just trying to go about routine at this point. But I do feel like, no, this is not you losing your job or anything. This is possibly be you even gaining a promotion or more work and it going in your favor, okay? With the 8 of Pentacles, the 9 of Cups, and the 4 of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. Look how beautiful that spread is, honestly. So even though it's a little bit messy, you actually provide a lot of organization for your workplace. Okay, so you are valued, and you're not, you know, scared to, like, take a risk. So even if you're like, you know what, I'll just do it. Like, you know, fuck it. Like, what are they going to do, really? They're going to talk to me? Like, I don't know, I'm hearing that kind of, this is very Libra. It makes me laugh and giggle because it's fun to dive into a Libra's mind a little bit. Because you can, like, you can feel like what they're going through. So it's not that you guys are so indecisive, is you guys really do care about all the other decisions and the choices, and you want to make the right choice and you want to make the right decision, okay? But with the Fool card energy coming in, it's almost like you're like, fuck it, I'm just going to do it, which is something that they actually do have a tendency to do. It's just not labeled on the card as that. Like, they only label it as like Aquarius or Aries. They take out like how free loving and how free willy-nilly Libras can be, okay? They're like, I feel like Libras are actually, they can be, you know how Aquarius is, they call us the weirdest air sign or the weirdest zodiac sign or whatever. I feel like Libras have, like, they can be weird. Like, they can be if they really wanted to. You know what I mean? I dated a Libra for a while, so I completely get that. They used to be, like, super weird, you know, but in a really intricate, cool way. But anyway, that's what I'm getting there. But let's get some money messages out for you, and then we'll call it with your read, okay? But I hope that you enjoyed this reading and give you some, you know, sense of reassurance, you know? Of course, you're welcome. Let's get into the way it moves. And your channeled message will be delivered to you an hour after live stream, you know that. But let's get into it. Dear Stu, your family has stolen money from you. They will be caught. Your inheritance will be given to you, love spirit. So this energy coming forth, this very well could be like somebody from your family is trying to like pull a fast one on you, okay? That could be a sign of that. Or sometimes when you work, it's like a second family, right? And this could be somebody who's like shortening out your pay, or somebody who's like encouraging you to kind of like leave early or do these things, or like it's fine, or just do you, or stuff like that. This person doesn't necessarily have the best interest at heart for you. I don't know why I'm getting that vibe, okay? And not just as directly as I usually get this card. Dearest you, apply for the position you wish to receive. A call back is the only inspiration that you need. You will obtain the position effective immediately upon your interview. It's time to aim higher. Love, Spirit. So maybe there's a position that opened up at your workplace that you're like, man, I wish I could do that. Or maybe there's a position that you came across where you're like, man, I wish I could do that. If you haven't come across it yet, it's like Spirit saying you can do it. Like you do have enough experience for it. Like you are a standout employee. You can do that. It's like, but it's about you just feeling like, should I change things up or should I just keep things the same? Things are kind of good right now. Should I do something different? And it's like you're being urged to kind of do something a little bit different with your time because you're going to be a little bit more happier in this position. I don't know. I'm getting that and paid a little bit better too. Fam always pulling a fast one on me, shaking my head. I'm sorry. I'm just getting like maybe your family is trying to pull like a fast one with your money. Okay. But it came out for you. Always change up, never be the same. Exactly, just change up. That's what Libras love to do too, which a lot of people don't give them credit for. Dear Stu, your blockages towards wealth have now been removed. You can have anything you place your mind on. Love, Spirit. So remember how I said, like, it's like Spirit saying, like, you can do this. You can do it. You saw me flip over. You saw that. Like, I just channeled it naturally. Okay. It very much is a sign that, like, any blockages that you thought, like, oh, I applied for that position before, I don't think they're going to call me back or whatever. Like, you don't know. You really don't know. They could eventually call you back. There could be somebody literally saving your resume, has your contact information, and could call you at any given time. You just don't see it because you disconnected from that and you think that they don't want you. You know what I mean? But it could happen. It is a possibility. All right. So it's like, think a little bit more limitless. Dearest you. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have any limits. You're just going to limit yourself less. Dearest you. You'll be the richest person in your family. Congratulations, Spirit. So it's congratulations, but it's kind of like congratulations, keep this new wealth to yourself. Okay, don't tell them, oh, I got a promotion. Oh, I got this added bonus. Even when and it's so sad because, like, I get this because I used to tell my mom, any money that I used to ever get, my mom would just be like, right there. Well, here's this, here's that. Remember when I went on a shopping spree for you? This is how much I spent on you. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I didn't even want to go to Bath and Body Works. I was like, all right, I guess I'll just pay you the $250. So then I added up like all of my fucking like expenses that I had paid her for and everything like that. And bank statements highlighted it when me and her were like arguing and shit. Over $20,000 fucking dollars I paid her, and she still claimed me as a dependent. So like, and I'm an adult at that point. I was 26 at that point. Okay. So I completely get like when, and it's not the fact that my mom like, oh, you have money or whatever. She just feels like she's doing something for the greater good, having extra fucking money to do the things that she really wants to do, like go on vacations or do something extra for her house or stuff like that. It's not necessarily about like a necessity of things. It's like to upgrade. And it's funny because a person who is biologically related to me and a male image, okay, like, you know, used to tell me growing up, like, oh, she only wants this because she just got her new car or whatever. And growing up, I was thinking, dude, you're so fucking selfish. Like, I didn't eat dinner for 2 nights in a row. And you think my mom is just asking you for child support because, like, you're not, like, she just wants to get a new Audi, like, or some shit. Like, you don't think she wants to, like, build, like, a good life for us? But I didn't see it. You know what I mean? I didn't see it the way that he was seeing it, okay? And it didn't take me until, like, I grew up and became an adult and that happened to me, I could get why he was like, I love Jaslyn, but I'm just going to, like, let her deal with her mom or whatever. Like, I totally get it. I know that's really sad to say, but, like, not really to me because I understand it more. You know what I mean? So for some reason, I'm getting like that energy to like where your family has a tendency to like work their way around to like grab your money in some way, in some capacity. Okay. But that's what I'm receiving for you, Toy. I hope that gave you some reassurance and, you know, some added insight there. But we can go into the next person's read. Let me just go into orders. Oh, and Natasha D, I got your payment. I don't think you've purchased a reading for me before, but I want you to know you're right after Stephanie. So there's 2 other people ahead of you, okay? So about 20 minutes before your reading is to take place. If you can hear me, if you're on here, I think you wrote your username on here, Natasha. Yeah. Okay. So you're going to be right after Stephanie. But right now we're going to go into Jaden's reading. I'm just going to message just to let Jaden know that it's their turn. Okay, thank you. You're welcome, love. Thank you. Hello, exclamation mark. Your turn is now up. Guys, I want you to know my emojis are actually very genuine. I'm actually very much smiling when I send them. Anyway. Alright, so we're just waiting on Jaden, and I'm going to go into Stephanie's read. And Jaden wants to know, who will your next relationship be with? That's a good one. So let's get that special deck out. We're waiting for Jaden. Oh, let's do something fun. Let's use my astrology cards. They're just constellation play cards. I like them a lot. I'm on there. Okay, you're on there? All right, cool. So let's get into it. Jaden messaged me through the Square app. For those of you guys who know, I'll message you like through the Square app. I'll email you through the Square app and text you through the Square app so you guys can message me and be in communication with me and stuff like that for people who've purchased a reading with me. But let's get into, that's how you receive your mini message. But let's get into Jaden's read. You know what? Let's get these cards out. And then we'll begin your reading. All right, so let's see here. Who are you going to be in a relationship with next? Who are you going to be in a relationship with next? And it landed right on the love letter deck. So this person's going to be really... Has this always had two cards there? Or did that just land like that? Anyway, so this is in conjunction. You could have two different suitors, possibly somebody from the past, because the love letter deck is really dominant here and landed right on top of there. So I'm going to leave that right on there, and then we'll get into it. If anything, I think I should just pull the one from the top, but I'm also going to shuffle it in and get some more cards out for you. Let's begin. Two of Swords energy, and that is very much Aquarius, okay? Air sign energy. Now you're also getting another Six of Swords, Gemini. So you could be meeting this person. How old are you now, Jaden? Are you younger than 26 years old? Because 26 is really evident on here as the numbers are coming out. I'm very grateful for your readings, more accurate than even the biggest ones I watch. Oh, thank you so much. If you knew my channel originally, you would know that like I used to be a bigger channel. I used to have like over 10,000 subscribers for people who've known me from the very beginning. And you can find my old pages like on TikTok, only one of my old pages. My family made me like delete my whole entire page. I lost that on 10,000 subscribers on both platforms and had to build from literally nothing and was secluded. So it was in a really narcissistic type of family environment. Okay? So that's why sometimes it feels that way, because I have connected to that big of a range of people before. But with Aquarius, Gemini, and Aries energy, I'm sorry to hear that. It's okay, because I don't feel like those people really needed to be in my life anyway. So with the Two of Swords energy and the Four of Hearts energy coming forth, I'll spread the word. Thank you. I appreciate that. So with this energy coming in, Aquarius and Aries, they have a really similar vibe. The Fool card. Okay? The Fool card energy. The person that you're going to meet with next is going to be a very spontaneous encounter. And we are also going to get more nitty gritty with some of my new love message. I keep all of my little mini decks that I create in here. So I have like all of them in here. Okay. So I'm going to get the Something New deck out. Oh, I don't think I called it Something New. What did I call it? I think it was just New Love. And we'll get to this one in a moment to get some more tidbits about this person that you're going to be meeting. I do feel like this person has a really adventurous energy, tends to be kind of cold and complacent at times because I'm reading the zodiac energy, not necessarily like in what it encompasses. Okay, so we got Gemini, really highly on communication and wanting to travel about, like wanting to talk about traveling a lot. Okay, and also going on spontaneous trips a lot. Okay, but this is somebody that you're going to randomly encounter. We have the Four of Hearts here, you know, next to the Six of Swords. So this is after a transition, after an intense breakup with someone, okay, which could leave you in a little bit of a duality, all right, which is one person from the past coming back, trying to tread in like the freaking Loch Ness monster into your, or what is that guy that was on Disney Channel? I was obsessed with that movie growing up. It was The Boogeyman. Do you guys remember that? Like The Boogeyman, the Disney Channel movie? I loved that movie growing up. I don't know why. I just really did. Anyway, so the Four of Hearts energy. So this is somebody who you're going to come across when you're focused on something completely different. We're getting a lot of Gemini constellation. Okay. So it could be near Gemini season, which is close by to the 6th month of the year. It's like towards the end of May to June, beginning of June energy. Then it transitioned to that Cancerian and Leo, you know. But I do feel like this person has heavy Gemini, really big on communication, really big on traveling, and really big on receiving attention from other people, okay? Geminis, they're kind of like the Leos of the air signs, okay? In a way, all right? That's the best way I can describe it. And Aquarius is kind of like Aries meeting Sagittarius. I don't know why I want to relate it to fire sign energy. You could be meeting this person in Gemini season, but they have very like flamboyant energy. I could tell you one zodiac sign, and I could tell you all of these, which are Aquarius, Gemini, Aries, Gemini. But I don't want you to hyper focus on that because somebody could very well be a part of your life. And I could say Taurus, and this person has a Taurus moon, or they have a Taurus rising, so they appear that way. So their sun sign could be completely different. So I try not to hyper focus on that. This is mostly like around timing. You're a fire sign. Oh, so that's why I'm like, I don't know why I keep wanting to relate it to fire sign energy, because maybe you know more of the fire sign zodiac signs and like the differences between them than any other, you know, which is okay. But I also feel like maybe how is this person going to relate to you kind of vibe as well. All right. Now you're also receiving the Seven of Pentacles. Now this is somebody who's going to take things really freaking slow, and it's on purpose that this person's taking things slow, not intentionally by them, okay, but intentional by the divine, because you have somebody else coming in who's going to create a little bit of interference, and it would happen better if this person comes in when you're still kind of just talking with this person, not even like sexually intimate or anything like that yet with this person, but still kind of have those raging feelings for this other person, so you can really make a true choice within that moment, like where you're not automatically locked into a different relationship or connection that you don't even really want to be in, but you wanted to rebound, you didn't want to feel alone, like that kind of energy, okay? Now, another one you have here is Capricorn, okay? Now, this is somebody who's pretty much a hard ass, really likes to focus on their family as well, because I'm reading this normally differently than the way I normally read it, okay? These cards are read differently. The cartomancy suits are not going to match the constellation on there. So that's just the way that it's designed. The cards, the deck, that's the way the deck is designed, okay? Is it inaccurate to an extent? Yes, but then I see how it plays in with different things. So you're also getting Libra energy, 10 of Swords. Somebody that you had ended things with that you were still very much indecisive about is going to be gravitating back towards you during this time frame, and it's going to be happening this year near Gemini season, which is honestly right around the corner, only a couple months away, okay, possibly within a 4-month time frame. All right, what's this month? February. Damn, how did I forget? It's my birthday month. Anyway, let's get into some of these message cards for you to see more tidbits about this new person entering your life. Oh my God, he keeps leaving, coming back, like make up your mind. It's like Libra. Dearest you, I do not dress to impress. I barely dress for success. I lack style and grace, yet for what I lack on the outside, I make up for on the inside. I'm obsessed with kissing and foreplay. I hope my style doesn't scare you away. So this person is probably not what you're really used to. I don't know, I feel like maybe you're used to kind of like maybe a white collar job type of person, or somebody kind of like a little bit more like put together, stuff like that. This person's still put together. They just don't really care about their style, okay? I don't know why I want to say Adam Sandler, but this person like is probably pretty hot. Like, I don't know why I was getting that energy. Like, this person's actually probably pretty hot, all right? But they just don't, oh my God, yes. That's what I was saying. I don't know, I was getting that energy. Also, this person's pretty tall too, okay, with tall energy coming forth. Let's get some more. Okay, this one. They came out separately like this again, so I do feel like you're going to have somebody coming back towards you. Dearest you, a mutual friend will introduce you to your new lover. They have been eager to meet you. They dressed up just to meet you. So it's funny how they keep saying dress to impress. I do not dress to impress. And then it goes, they dressed up just to meet you. Like, that correlates so well. Anyway, at first, they were going to stay home until they knew you were going to be there. Okay? Now, you're also getting a couple other ones. You're getting, it's him, bro. He's 6'5", can't make up his mind, and we blow on block right now. Oh, my God. I felt that to the core. I felt that, bro. Dearest you, within a few months, you will meet someone different than the rest. Someone someone who never, oh my God, newer. Someone who never raises his voice or a hand at you. Someone so safe you'll believe they are hiding something or someone, but they are not. They are in love with you is also something coming forth. So maybe some reassurance there, because there are some reassuring, just like I think there's only like one or two of them in this deck, but it's mainly focused on new love. Dearest you, I watch you when you aren't looking. I have thought of what I would say if we ever spoke, yet I know I can never speak when you are looking at me. I will find the courage to invite you out. I want to see if your beauty floods into your soul. I want to know you is also something coming forth. Now you're also getting, you will meet your soulmate in the strangest of ways, and that's the Four of Cups energy that was coming forth with like unexpected kind of energy, but it could have some connection with the friend as well, okay? Brown or hazel. So this person could have brown or hazel eyes. Dearest you, I'm going to invite you to a sports game. I want you to understand why I love the game so much. I want to get drunk and listen to the oldies on the way back home. I want to kiss you and go further, only if you say okay. Is also something coming forth as well. Now, another one you're getting is dearest you. I believe in true love. I believe that appearance doesn't matter. I believe that we should feel obsessed with each other. I want you to be obsessed with me. I will push you away as a test to see if you will come back. At times, I will play mind games to discover the truth. Dearest you, and that's Gemini energy too. Your cycle with your previous lover is not yet over, although you truly think it is. Be patient. One mask may look like another, yet the soul's design is created and labeled unique. You will not find another them, and they will never find another you. Is also something coming forward, so some more reassurance there. Okay, and that's just the appearance card that we already read. Okay. But let's get into the tarot and let's see who is this new person going to be. So a little bit of the old, a little bit of the new, okay? So maybe encountering somebody random like you didn't expect, okay, to meet this person at the place that you're at. So let's just say you were at a baby gender reveal party. And usually, like, there's couples and people who are already coupled at these parties, you know what I mean? There's not really many, like, single people, you know, or somebody who has a significant other or something like that, okay? And you end up meeting somebody who's also single there at the party, and like, you know, stuff like that, to where it's just spontaneous, where you wouldn't really expect to like meet them there, okay, to where your guard's down just a little bit. But let's get into it with the tarot and let's see, who are you going to be meeting new? First card is the Ace of Pentacles. This person's going to be making a lot of money, okay? I do feel like they don't spend it well, though, with the Wheel of Fortune energy in the reversal. They tend to kind of, like, just make all this money and, like, not really... spend it on the things that create longevity, okay? With the Six of Wands energy, so instead of like buying a car or like buying a house or like buying, you know, better health insurance or, you know, stuff like that, this person will be like, you know what? I'm gonna buy these J's, or I'm gonna buy this PlayStation, or I'm gonna buy this, or like, you know, like Sagittarius energy is a little bit like that at times because they have a tendency to kind of like rapidly, you know, regain money. I'm going to be very, Britney Spears, Nicki Minaj, they fell off. They fell off for a little while, both of them. But then they come back and then, hey, it's Britney, bitch. Okay? You know what I mean? Six of Wands energy coming forth in the upright. I do feel like this person gets a lot of attention because the Six of Wands is also coming up again in this spread, and it came out in your cartomacy spread with the constellation play cards. And with the Queen of Wands energy coming forth in the upright position, I do, and look, it's funny because she's wearing the same dress color. And I never really noticed that. And it's almost like a princess being crowned and then her mom's watching her being crowned by somebody else. I don't know why I'm getting that vibe from this, okay? But, I'm getting that vibe. It's so weird because I've been watching Game of Thrones and stuff like that lately. He works on a movie set, so makes sense. That's probably why I was about to go into Arya Stark. Okay, in the background here, just creeping on. So, like, there's somebody who literally wants to give your person payback. This person's very tall, by the way. I want you to know this person's very tall. Like, I have tall people in my family, like on my dad's side, they're tall. So it's just like normal to me. But like, this person's just tall. Like, it could be like over like 6'3" or something. Like, it's very linky. I don't know, I'm just getting that vibe. I normally don't get that, but he's very tall. He works on a movie set, so it makes sense. And also I'm getting Arya Stark energy, like right here, like as a creeper. You know how she would hide in the crowd and she would be playing no face and stuff like that? People wouldn't even know that she's there. This person may have like a semi-stalker, but with like a little hint of revenge, okay, tied into there. So like where this person wants to teach your person a lesson, you may end up having some form of interference here with this person. But that's what I'm channeling in there from that person. I always get different vibes if that person ends up standing out in the reading. Now, the Five of Pentacles energy in the upright position also denotes that this person goes from rags to riches a lot. This person has a tendency to spend everything that they make and then recoup it very fast, okay? And you said, oh no. About Arya Stark? Yeah, I know. Because she was a threat, okay? With the Knight of Swords, a hidden threat, a secret threat that nobody ever really saw coming because they constantly underestimated her and put her in a fucking box, okay? Now, with the Knight of Swords energy coming up, now these aren't clarifications, these are just continuations. This is somebody who definitely has Aquarius or Gemini energy in their chart strongly. They are willing to like communicate with you all of a sudden. Let's just say they leave you out in the cold, they're like really giving, and then things don't turn up in their favor, then all of a sudden they kind of like lash out on you, they turn their back out. This could be the person that you're talking about as well. I want you to know that. Okay, I'm getting a couple of different energies in here, just two different ones. Now with the Five of Pentacles energy coming forth, and that's been happening since the beginning of your reading, that's somebody from the past and then somebody new. This could also be them coming forth with rejuvenated energy as well, okay? Now with the Queen of Pentacles energy coming forth, this is somebody who's going to want to be in a relationship pretty soon, if not already. This is also somebody who wants to give you literally the world, but also take a bit back. After they gave you the world, they want to take a little bit back and kind of keep you there with remembering what you've lost. For instance, this is somebody who will spend like all day with you, but instead of like sleeping over, let's say it's your birthday, and they don't sleep over or they don't spend time with you or something like that, you know, it's going to hurt your feelings. It's going to hurt your heart. It's going to make you feel really sad. And you're going to feel like, well, yeah, we had those beautiful moments together, but like, what about the two other cups? What about the evening time and the morning time? And at times, maybe this person will make you feel like you're like in your headspace or maybe even being greedy to want more, but aren't you supposed to want more when you're building a connection? I think it's if you don't want anything else with that person and become really complacent, that's when it's kind of troubling, right? And when you stop fighting for that connection entirely, where you're just like, I'm not talking about being safe and feeling comfortable with your person. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about not wanting to continuously build or grow with your person in some capacity. It creates immense blockages. It creates stagnancy. It creates boredom. It creates cheating. With the Emperor card in the reversal, okay? This is also somebody who can be a little bit in their tyrant-y energy whenever they have a major loss with something. They want to make sure that you feel like it was kind of like you're bad, or like everything's not good. Like everything's not all grand. Like you don't have all that hope. Like you don't have all that passion. Now you're also getting the King of Wands energy as well. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And no wonder I was comparing this person to a fire sign energy, because they have a tendency to mimic your energy. Okay? And you guys are pairs. You said, after he pulls back, I go away, then he comes back. Doesn't make no sense. Do you remember that song called Tomorrow by Glorilla, okay? Featuring Cardi B. All right, whenever you feel like really down about yourself and like you feel like you're not that bitch, I want you to go ahead and put that song on, and I want you to count how many times of the lines that Gorilla has said that has actually occurred in your life. Did they come back? Why would I text you if I know you're going to come running back? Boom. That's literally what I'm hearing in my mind, blaring over and over and over and over and over and over. But there's some people who literally are like, you know what, I'm just going to like literally disconnect from it. I'm totally done. But that's not the case with your person. Your person actually really wants you. It really wants to make things work with you. So this very well could be the person that you're talking about who's 6'5". But I am feeling a little bit of new energy to where this could be somebody that is really spontaneous, has a little bit of emotional issues at times. Whenever they're angry, everybody's angry at that point. You know what I mean? What's the song again? It's called, it's a rap song, and it's not, it is not family friendly. I want to tell you that much right now. It is called Tomorrow. Literally called Tomorrow by Glorilla. So like gorilla, but Glorilla. Featuring Cardi B. Okay? It's pretty popular, you know. But not a lot of people listen to rap and hip hop and stuff like that. I get it, okay? But that's what I'm getting. It's like, why would I chase you if you know you're going to come running back? Cut everybody off. Now everybody looking like a lumberjack. Everybody call me a lumberjack or some shit like that. Actually, it's really good wordplay that she does with it. Anyway, I actually like her as a rapper. If you can understand what she's saying. I'm not family friendly. Tomorrow, Gorilla. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Got it. I'm telling you it is. With the 3 of Pentacles energy in the reversal, though, this person is going to interfere with a new connection that you're making. I want you to know that. So that's why I'm getting a couple different energies, a couple different vibes. So when this person leaves you out in the cold during this period of separation, you are going to meet somebody different. And it's like, it might not be this period of separation, but something that's closer to Gemini season of a period of separation is when you guys are actually going to be connecting and getting into more. Now let's get into some love messages since it did pop up for you. And then we'll close out on your reading, okay? I gotta plug in my phone in a moment. Hold on one moment. Let me plug that in after your reading. But let me see. New love coming your way, okay? So you got gifts as well, which is a love language. And we're going to read into that in just a moment, but let's get into the letter. Dearest you, I keep replaying the argument that we recently had in my mind. I feel so upset that you view me that way. I feel so upset that you critiqued me. I am hurt by your words towards me. I'm hurt how you can let something so small become so big. Is this it? Is this truly over between us? Life just doesn't seem real without you. I'm hurt by everything you said to me that day. I feel so inadequate now. Love, yours is also something coming forth. So you're going to be having a rekindling moment with you and your person. This person could also maybe even give you a little gift of something. They feel loved when they are given things, visual symbols of love. For some reason, when I touch this card, I automatically got birthday energy. And I got, you're going to be at a birthday party and meet somebody new. I don't know why I'm getting that energy. They feel loved when they are given things, visual symbols of love. It is not about monetary value, but the symbolic thought behind the item. People with this style recognize and value the gift-giving process. The careful reflection, the deliberate choosing of the objects represent the relationship and the emotional benefits from receiving the present. They enjoy being gifted something that is both physical and meaningful. The key is to give meaningful things that matter to them and reflect their values, not necessarily yours. So it's not necessarily like, oh, you know what? Like, she loves gifts, so I'm just going to get her like an M2, you know, like a BMW M2 or something, right? That person may not be a BMW M2 person. That person may be like a Porsche girl or a Porsche girl, you know what I mean? Or whatever. Just, I don't know why I'm getting high-end luxury vehicle cards right now, but I'm getting that vibe for you. Okay, that could be something that you're aiming towards the later end of this year, maybe next year. I don't know why I'm feeling that upgrade for you. You might want to see your Lux Life pick a card reading that I have. I uploaded it last year, but I'll repost it today. Small things matter in a big way. Express gratitude, giving the gift as well. So it's almost like this person expects you to be kind of like, oh, thank you so much, and is going to get really like in their head if they don't. Okay, this person also has a lot of money. He should hurt. I called him out and he blocked me because I said I lost interest because he said he only wants to talk online, and I said lame. Yeah, what the fuck? Anyway, you know what I mean? Like, that's lame. How are you supposed to build a relationship solely online? You never want to meet up? You never want, you don't want to hook up with me? You don't want to kiss me? You don't want to hug me? You don't want to touch? Go have a relationship with the AI. You know that movie, Her? Why don't they just have a relationship with their AI machine? They'll always be there for them. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. So, dear Stu, you'll receive a large amount of money soon, enough for a home, a car, and everything you will need for your true journey in life. This money has been destined for you for a long time. I know this will be hard to believe that this money has always been yours to receive. I needed to make sure that it was safe for you to receive. So, there's somebody who's definitely going to be like gifting you something, and it could be something major. Okay. It could be like, I don't know, like a co-signing of a car, like a house, something like that. Your debt will be for you to, your debt will be paid in full. Your past will be just that, your past. So when this new person comes in, you may end up having to really solidify an ending with somebody from the past, but it's going to come up because it's something that you generally wanted to make work. Okay. When you receive this money, it is important that you keep a low profile. In order to protect your wealth, you must pretend you have no wealth. You will never struggle again. You can have a peaceful life. This will happen this week, is also something coming forth. Okay. So with this week energy, timing is always finicky, but it's going to be happening pretty soon, okay? And there could be something substantial where it'll give you some hope for the future as far as financially soon, or this person could be obtaining this large amount of money soon before they even meet you, okay? Which is something that's coming forth. But you don't want to hyper focus on that, but it could just be a key indicator that that is the person that I was picking up on. But that's what I'm getting for your reading. I hope that gave you some insight. And you'll be receiving your mini channeled message after the live stream's complete. Just give me about an hour and I'll get those over sent to you. Well, I'm sorry, I'll get that one over sent to you. Okay. So let me plug in my phone really quick and then we'll get into Stephanie's reading. Of course, that's my other phone. Give me a second. You're welcome, Jaden. Okay, so now we got Stephanie. General messages or guidance, please. All right, perfect. All right, so let's get into that. Let me message Stephanie. I don't know why it never lets me send her text messages, only emails. I don't know, her only. Hey, love. It's your turn. Okay, her message there. So here, I'm here. Oh, hey, what's up? All right, perfect. All right, so let's get into it. So you want to know just general messages, right? So I'm going to give you a choice. So are you wanting just general messages on, because this has been a little bit of a delay where some people were like, I wanted to know about moving and money, but she put general insight. So I was like, oh man, so I'm only going to give you general insight for whatever comes up. So are you wanting to know about your career, anything in particular, like a love life general, or just all around general of what comes out? All right, so all around. So let's get into it. I'm going to shuffle in your energy a bit. I'll start in about 20 seconds here. So let's see. do you generally need to know about right now? You're about to get out of a really big state of depression or a dark night of the soul that maybe you've been facing. Or maybe you've been like, or maybe somebody you've been dealing with has been facing, okay? With the Nine of Swords in the reversal, you're going to be getting some hope again. And I do feel like this has to do with some form of commitment that you're about to receive, or some form of promotion or elevation in finances with the Ten of Pentacles here. There's something that you're really working towards that's going to pay off for you in the long run in a big way, okay? I also feel like there could be a potential movement this year, later on this year, for potential movement and progression. There's also somebody who's wanting to progress really rapidly into a relationship with you, and it's something that's going to take you back. You're going to be like, whoa, I guess we can be in a relationship. Like, I don't know, I'm just getting that energy. And like I say, it's going to take you back a little bit. With the Tower card coming forth, something shocking is going to come up. An outside influence is going to come in. It's not going to be internalized. If it was internalized, it would have come up in the reversal. But it's external. So it's an external kind of disturbance that's coming up to shake things up. But I always see the Tower card as a great card. I never see it as a card of mass destruction or chaos, even though the Tower card does necessarily mean chaotic energy. But it's destructive energy for a purpose. It's destructive energy in order to rebuild, okay? It's kind of like a condemned house, and you're like, listen, man, your house is condemned. You gotta get out of here, okay? You can't even see out the window. You can barely get outside your house door. Like, it's done. We're done with this. We've given you enough notices. Like, it's done, okay? And they're like, oh, damn, you know? And they end up literally trashing that entire, like, literally, like, destroying that place. That's what it looks like on the surface. Because imagine if you didn't know what construction workers do, and you just woke up one day and you just looked at a construction worker, you're like, oh my God, no, don't break that. What are you talking about? That's built. What are you doing? But you're not seeing that the infrastructure is fucked. There's so much mold, people can't breathe within that atmosphere. There's things that need to be condemned. You know what I mean? Like, you're not seeing all those little tidbits, those little things, okay? That need to be, where it can't be fixed, where you have to like literally just start over. You could, but you'd end up wasting a lot more money doing that, where you could just like start over or stuff like that, or build from scratch or something, like just as an option. Okay, so this is how I see the Tower card, is that like it's necessary construction. It's necessary reconstruction, okay? In order to generate full stability and not feel so anxious going over the bridge. Is it going to break? We haven't really checked this in like 10 years. Is it going to fold in half? Like, what is it going to crumble? You know, obviously bridges last a lot longer than that. But what I'm saying is like, is this going to crumble? Let me test this out. Let me check things. This pothole, is this going to get any bigger? Is it creating like a really big, like, you know what I mean? Like, the Tower card is a necessity. It's to check, all right? And with the Three of Wands energy coming forth, after things kind of get shaken up in your reality, to where you're like, damn, I was investing so much in this one career, or so much in this one person, or so much in this one thing. I never really expected this to even take place, or to happen, or for this switch up to happen the way that it did. And I'm also receiving fire versus air with this energy. I never normally see it like that, but for some reason I'm getting that energy. So it's almost like you're going to now walk the walk and talk the talk. The things that you wanted to do, you are finally going to get an opportunity to kind of do them. So this could be an advancement in your career, advancement in money. If you wanted to travel more or to invest in your life more, these are more opportunities coming your way. Okay, it's like finally seeing your ships come in with the Three of Wands energy. Now, the next card that you're getting here is the Six of Cups. I'm going to do a 7-card spread with continuation for you. The Six of Cups energy. Somebody from the past is going to come back and act like nothing literally ever happened. But again, this is a manifestation that you manifested towards yourself. Somebody that you literally have been really hung on towards, like emotionally, but you physically moved on. You physically have moved on. You're not like cyber stalking them. You're not, maybe every now and then you may look up their page every now and again, but you don't necessarily like make it your primary focus to know what they're doing about their day-to-day life and stuff like that. So let's get into the continuation. You're getting the King of Cups energy coming forth. Now, this person could have water sign in their chart. I don't know why I wanted to say Aquarius, because that's not a water sign, but it can sometimes come up as cusp energy if the placement is this close to Piscean energy, okay? With the Knight of Cups and the King of Cups, definitely water sign energy is vivid. So it could be about the timing of it all, which is Pisces energy, which is the soonest to now, okay? Now you're also getting the Three of Pentacles energy. The plans that you wanted to start seeing set in motion are going to be set in motion. There's also somebody coming towards you with a love offer, wanting to create plans. This could be somebody who's like, hey, you know, I would really like to like get to know you more. I want to like talk to you, maybe go on a date. And then it starts becoming date after date after date after date. I'm getting that energy, like a series of dates with this person. And this person's not going to lack in the department of actually taking action towards you to make this work, with the Knight of Wands energy associated there too. Aries energy could be significant, as I say that. Queen of Wands energy coming there. So it's funny because I was saying fire versus air, and really it's looking like water versus fire in this display, but not really versus, in combination, which is interesting. Okay, we've got the King of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Three of Pentacles separating the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands. It looks like both the King and the Queen sent out her wand, sent out their messenger. You have a message of action. You are wanting and craving a message of action and plans, okay, and organization within the relationship. He's wanting more fluid, kind of like love confession, let's start off there kind of vibe, which is interesting. Wanting to really be romantic action. So I'm getting like I Wanna Go energy by Britney Spears, and then I'm getting Slow Down by Bobby Valentino with his energy. I don't know if you've ever heard that song before. It's like in the 2000s. You should, because it's like the R&B classic. But with the King of Cups energy and the Knight of Cups, I'm getting Slow Down by Bobby Valentino. And I'm in that song, it talks about like, slow down, I just want to get to know you. You know, that's like the main thing. And then I Want to Go all the way on my feet tonight. Two different energies. But for some reason, it sounds beautifully mashed up in my mind, which is interesting. But the next one that we have here, I do the same thing with like, you know, Killing Me Softly and Toxic. I say that all the time in my mind for some reason. The Six of Pentacles energy coming forth, which is double of the Three of Pentacles. So this person is willing to put in double the effort now, but still, you may put them in a little bit of a friends with benefit stage. And I'm saying this as you may put this person in a friends with benefit stage, because this person may come across as a little bit too overwhelming for you, to where you're going to have to like study them a little bit more. Okay? That's the action that you will take, okay? Now let's get into it a little bit more. We got the Judgment card energy coming forth. The Judgment card coming up in the upright position. I do feel like there's going to be some kind of like final call for you. You could also be receiving like, what I mean by a final call is like there's like something that you needed to like end or begin again, and really feel like you're over somebody or over a certain situation, that you've really healed and moved on from a situation, that you're not just kind of like still single or still trying to like figure out your place or the puzzle piece that you create, stuff like that. Okay, you're gonna feel a little bit more solidified. All right. I do also feel like there could be potential for like a loan of some kind, an approval of a loan with the Six of Pentacles. This could even be like your fair share or a small promotion, okay, coming your way. But let's get into some cards. I'm gonna give you a choice between the oracle cards or the message cards. Okay, so I have the Lightworker Oracle here. And then let's see, that has like stuff that's kind of like general. Okay, we have the general deck too. This is more love oriented and focused. And then I'm also going to put out money and career one out for you too, okay? Which is the way it moves. So we've got a general kind of like love and some spiritual notations in this general deck. And then we also have an all around Lightworker Oracle deck. And then we have a money focused or career focused purpose deck. So feel free to let me know. Hold on, guys. The screen might be delayed, or she might be just taking her time, okay? I have a feeling I already know which one she's going to choose. Okay. So let's get into Oh, you said the third one. Okay. That's interesting. All right, so the way it moves, let's see. You said you can't pick. I was like, oh, okay. For some reason, I kept getting 2. So I kept getting the vibrancy of 2. But it could have been you kept choosing between 2 different decks. But there's one that you knew for sure that you didn't want, but there was 2 that you were surely focused on. Anyway, so let's get into the way it moves, and let's see some general messages for you coming your way. Stephanie, you said yes. It was like that? Yeah. Okay. So let's get into it. Okay, whenever this card comes out, I love explaining it because it's not necessarily as literal as it means. So, dear Stu, you will obtain a position in the architecture and engineering field. This is in alignment with your purpose, sincerely, spirit. So you're probably like, I'm not in architecture, I'm not in engineering, if you take it literal. But if you take like what they actually do, they rebuild things right from the ground up, or they restructure, they redesign, okay? That could be something that you end up doing in your new position that you end up obtaining, okay? You end up reworking the way that they usually do things and doing things differently in a more advanced way. Dear Stu, you'll be able to pay your taxes perfectly next year for your current working year, regards spirit. So if you're worried about your taxes, either this year as well as next year, this is a little bit of reassurance that you're going to be all right. I want to work in interior design. Oh, well, that explains that card. It's a rarity. Usually I don't get any interior designers on here, you know. Dear Stu, you'll be asked to replace your current boss. Others will be envious of this. Regards, spirit, okay? So something that you end up doing, maybe you end up getting, honestly, they end up choosing you over other people because you're more original. And it's going to be hard for other people to accept that because they have a tendency to go with the trend. You're also getting 125K right there as well. So that could be a potential for what you make yearly, okay? In the long run that you're not really seeing. Which is where that 10 of Pentacles energy comes in too. Dear Stu, you'll receive double for them betraying you. Love, spirit. Remember I told you it's almost like this person is putting in double amount of the effort. And this is interesting. But it's a money card. But for some reason, I'm getting it in relation to love. I normally don't get that with this deck. I normally don't get that. But you're also receiving 125 at the bottom. And also 50K. So you might make a major jump. Actually, what's 3 times 50? Right? No, it's not. It's not 125. I was like, it's double for them betraying you. Well, double of 50 is 100K, but it's 125. So interesting. It's not exactly double. It's a little bit more than double, like 2.5. But anyway, so yeah, like 2.5. It's almost like maybe you are going to be receiving double for them betraying you. You're also going to be having a major increase within your finances. Maybe getting that important contracted position that you wanted, right? Maybe not working for a company in particular, but getting contracted out for personal clients as well is where you're going to make the most money as well. Yeah, you're working towards like $1 million client. You're working towards like designing $1 million homes. Like you're really getting the big numbered cards here out. These numbers don't usually come out in synchronicity like this for people unless you're going to get major commission-based focused jobs. Like this wouldn't be necessarily easy just for anybody to obtain. But let's just say you're like a real estate agent or you're a broker or something like that, or a commission-based position to where you could get that amount of money with like a certain number of clients. Let's just say like you stage a house or like, I don't know, like redecorate a house. I don't, you know, what interior design people do. Okay. And let's say you do that and you get a contract for like 15K to redesign the house. All right. But maybe you spend like 5K like on supplies and stuff, you know, and then you take in like 10K. Now you have 5 more of those clients. That's $50,000. Okay. Now you have 10 of those clients. That's $100,000. You know what I mean? Like, you have to think beyond, and it's almost like you're going to be able to reach past a certain limit that you've been setting for yourself, like in your finances. Now another one, you could also be getting like $1 million client. If not $1 million, you're getting $1 million client. This is something that you're really like working towards. Dear Stu, the military wants to work with you. Yes, there will be a large payout for their skill set. You will still be free, love spirit. So you may end up getting like, man, you might end up getting kind of like a contract to work like on, I don't even know if they do this. I don't even know if they do this. You might get like a contract to work like on base for interior design work for something that they're doing, okay? Or something that they're designing. Or you might get like, or you might work for a family that's a military-based family, okay? And they want things a certain way, but that's going to be like your breakthrough client who's going to be able to like connect you with other people who have like a similar financial stability as they do, like stuff like that, okay? Dear Stu, if money was created by thought, it's time to think big. Do not focus on the item, focus on the consistency, love spirit. So it's not necessarily like I need to sell this one house and then I'm straight for like the rest of the year. I need to design this one house and I'm straight for the rest of the year. It's like, no, you need to focus on the consistency of it. How often do you want to do this? Do you want to do this only like once a month and then get large payouts? How do you envision your job, your career, your future? What do you want to take place? And you're probably like, well, that doesn't work out like that. Well, it does if you, okay, put in the effort to make it work out like that. Okay, if you put in the effort to build a channel and then obviously and eventually develop clientele, you develop, a business and everything like that, you get everything legitimate and everything. I'm using myself as an example, obviously. And, did I not put in the effort to redeem my flexible schedule, even though it's not necessarily flexible if I work kind of almost every day? Almost every day. To like where I'm delivering at least a reading every day or talking to a client every day or doing something every day. But I created my life that way. Do you understand? I created that. It wasn't something that somebody forced upon me or forced me to do. I could have had a job doing something else. I could have done something else. I have options, I have free will. But I made the choice to put an effort towards this and to build from the ground up. So that's what I'm doing, right? So with you, I'm not just talking like that. I'm saying like sometimes you have to really bring your thoughts into reality, which is even if that's just taking that one initiative to applying for that one company that can connect you to a network of potential clients. You know what I mean? Maybe it's that one step of just being like, you know what, I'm just going to call them to see if they're hiring. Actually, we are. Are you able to come in tomorrow for an interview or today for an interview? I know it's last minute, but you did call. Is it okay? You know what I mean? And you come up and you get hired the same. There's so many potential things that could happen in your life. You know what I mean? So you don't want to limit yourself just because of the stagnancy that has occurred in your life with finances. All right. But I don't feel that way. I feel like you're going to be focusing on like the consistency, like how often are you going to be seeing those clients? Okay. How often do you want to, market? With marketing, you got to market almost like every day, right? Dependent on your job or what you do. Well, for what you do, you're going to want to market almost every day. Different finds that you find on, out and about that can really improve the space of your home, make it appear bigger. Little ideas and tidbits like that will get you the attention that you are wanting on social media as well. So like giving those free insights, those free tidbits of information of like, add this vase here and it'll like illuminate the space or like whatever, or like add this picture frame here instead of here and it changes the entire space, and make the video fun and inviting and not as informational focused to where it doesn't seem commercially, where it seems like they're actually talking to a human and not just something that another human told them to say. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm getting for you, though. I feel like you're going to be having some shifts in your life and stuff like that. I know I've been going over a lot. So that's the thing about live stream readings, guys. They have a tendency to kind of go over. But anyway, so let's get into the next person. I'm also going to give you your channeled mini message, and I'll send it to you through email. Okay, Stephanie? Just give me about an hour after a live stream is complete. All right. Did I already complete Jaden's? Yes, I did. And I already completed Stephanie's? Yes, I did. Natasha. Natasha's the last person. So let me message her, let her know that she's up next. Why isn't it letting me? It's when people add that one number in there. Hold on, let me have to message her for my personal phone if she's not on here. But let me. I'm here. Okay, hey, what's up, love? So let's get into your reading. So you wanted to know career and work reading, right? So this is going to be a 10-minute read for you. And feel free to let me know if you have a question in particular, though, about your career and work, and we can get into it. Whenever it's career and work, I dive into the way it moves, but I also have a money message deck. So let's get that out for you. And it's very small. It was one of the first ever like decks that I made for money messages, but for some reason, it's like I'm like wanting to do that. Okay, but let's go into your career, okay, and your work life, and let's see. Dear Stu, you'll obtain a contract of a very large amount for 1 or 2 years of work. You will get signed on to work for a very popular and large organization slash company. So if you're not like a contracted worker, this could just be you gaining a position with a larger company. Okay, yes, job opportunities. Exactly. So I feel like you're going to be there for about 1 or 2 years, okay, at this position that you end up achieving. You will feel tired as well as restless on nights that you are free. Read the fine print. You can negotiate. Remember, they want you. Make sure to get the schedule and perks that you want is also something coming forth for you. Now, you're also getting, dearest Stu, abundance holding a monetary value of $500 will come to you very quickly. This will come as a bonus tip or donation from someone who appreciates you and the work that you have put in to relentlessly push forward and never give up. This will come in when you don't even expect it. This will help balance out some overdue bills, and to have a fresh reset for the months to come is also something coming forth for you. 5,000 to 10,000 coming towards you. So it's going to start off, you're going to be receiving different amounts of larger payouts this year. So smaller amounts like 500, even though to some people that's a larger amount, right? Now, 5 to 10,000, okay, could also be coming to you. This could be an advancement of your year, maybe making $5,000 to $10,000 more a year with this new position that you possibly are going to be obtaining. Dearest you have struggled for the majority of your life, never truly knowing how financial security feels like. You will now know what covered blessed finances look and feel like. You went through this rough path to understand how to use the most out of your money but without breaking the bank. You'll be receiving constant income, scheduled direct deposits, and the ability to structure your finances. But for some reason, I'm hearing restructure your finances. So it's almost like you wanted something to be, like you needed some income to be able to restructure some things financially for yourself, or to be able to achieve some things financially for yourself that you're wanting. Dearest you, money in the thousands is coming to you. This will be a one-time payment. This will not be easy to obtain, yet you will obtain it. This will be enough to cover your expenses for the entire month. This will be a much-needed breather from money-related stresses. This will be enough for you to start building your savings. Is also something coming forth. So you're going to be granted an option of like, sorry, I received the song in my mind while I was doing that. It was almost like I was receiving the song. I'm hearing Cardi B. Cardi B is very much of a come up girl. So she has a lot of songs about like, you know, like up, like once upon a time when they heard that I was ugly, came from up, when I came down. I don't know, I'm hearing that too. But for some reason, I'm getting that same song tomorrow, okay, by Cardi, well, not Cardi B, Glorilla featuring Cardi, okay? But it relates to it different from you, for you, okay? Because it's almost like other people really didn't believe that you would ever get this position or to make some kind of like structure within your finances, stuff like that. And you're going to be able to achieve that and put your haters to freaking shame. I just heard put your haters to work too. So you might end up hiring somebody if you end up like wanting to create your own business in the future. Dearest you, These are tough times you are facing with money. Some of this is your fault, yet some of it is not. It will take time for you to recoup what you have lost. Yet during this time, you will review the mistakes of your own free will as well as others' influence upon you. You have a beautiful heart. It will take 3 months to recoup what you have lost. Okay, again, about restructuring, recouping, things like that. Okay, I'm gonna pull one more because I never pull out in sixes. Dearest you, you'll receive money from people who have wronged you. You'll be resistant at first to communicate with these toxic individuals who have poured salt on your wounds. They will give you a check, but only in person. They wish to have a full conversation with you. In exchange, they will grant you abundance, 10,000 and above. So this could even be like a previous employer calling, finally realizing and recognizing your worth to the company and is like, hey, you know, like we'd really like you to come back, or we'd really like you to do that. And before you're like, people don't do that. Yes, the fuck they do. And I have emails and screenshots to prove that shit, okay? Yes, they do. Because sometimes standing up for yourself doesn't mean that you're not important. Sometimes standing up for yourself is like reassurance that, yeah, your voice does matter, okay? Whether it doesn't matter how much money that you have in your bank account. Your voice does matter, okay? It really doesn't. But like with this energy, so like basically boss versus employee, obviously the boss is going to have more money than the employee, right? Hopefully. Okay, not like one of those people on fucking, you know, Hotel Hell from Gordon Ramsay. I don't know, I'm getting that energy too. You know, who are like, who only pay like a select employees and like, but they're broke and then their checks bounce all the time and shit like that. Like, who wants a boss like that? You know what I mean? But let's get into the way it moves. And Gordon Ramsay like went in on him. He's like, you don't tip them. It was oh my God. It was like so, I love Gordon Ramsay. Okay. If he was married, I'd secretly be pining for him too. Okay. But let's get into the way it moves for you. And let's see, what can you expect for career and money wise? What can you expect for career and money? Dearest you, it is time for a pay increase. All time spent will be fully compensated. Your time was not lost. Your rewards were on hold. Now they will be released. Love spirit is also something coming forth. Dearest you have outsmarted your competition. You will watch their wrinkled scowl as you cash in your payout. Bitch, I told you, okay? You're haters, okay? It's fine. Just let them hate. Dearest you will obtain an entertainment deal. You'll be a star. Congrats, spirit. So if you're not in the entertainment world and you're probably like, well, what does that mean if I'm not? So this could very well mean that you'll end up getting the position that other people may have wanted and getting a really good deal or getting that really good like agreement with what you're going to be getting paid, okay? Because a lot of people think that when somebody tells you how much you're going to be getting paid that there's no room for negotiation, but there's always room for negotiation, okay? Especially when they want you and they do have a range of budget and it's like different. It's different than just like getting like a regular hourly position that almost everybody has, but still you can get a higher pay. There was like, for instance, because I have my cosmetology license, right? I had worked for Target. They paid me almost $20 an hour to just work in the beauty department. Okay, I was a military wife. So that's like literally like what I was like, what the fuck? I was so confused. I was so confused as to what I was even doing there. But for some reason, you know, anyway. So they ended up just paying me more. But I gave them, I was like, you know, I'm trying to make like $20 an hour. Even though the position started off at like $15.75 or something like that, like $15.50 or $15.75 or some shit. Ended up just negotiating with them, getting hired the same day and then starting like a couple days later. You know what I mean? Dearest you will obtain an entertainment deal. You'll be a star. Congrats, spirit. So I feel like you're going to end up being a star employee of the company that you end up getting hired for, okay? Dearest you are not lucky. You're blessed. And also hearing Moment for Life by Nicki Minaj. Be prepared for an abundant windfall of money. Spend it wisely. Do not splurge, even though you could. You're loved. Spirit is also something coming forth. Now you're also getting your fifth main card. Dearest you'll be compensated fully for your loss. They fear that that you could truly win the case you placed against them. Love, spirit. So it's almost like you're going to end up defending yourself in a way, okay, to like where people maybe your employer is going to be a little upset because they're going to feel like, man, she does actually have a case. She really could do that. You know what I mean? And they're going to end up kind of maybe giving you what you're asking for. And you may not understand it now, but you'll understand it in the future, okay? But let's get into your tarot as we close up your reading. recognition, an enhancement in your finances with the Six of Wands energy, recognition, public recognition, so other people will see. And there could be somebody scowling in the back like, well, why aren't they giving that to me? I've been here longer than she has. Sometimes this person will stand out. Sometimes it's the horse that stands out. But I'm not really getting too attuned to that. I'm just getting to her and you. It's almost like she has her eyes laser focused on you. And the other read, it was like she was laser focused on this dude. So I see things differently in the cards, okay? So with the Six of Wands energy coming forth in the upright, this is a victory for you. It's a victorious card, but it's also other people know of this. And it's funny how it's like you're going to see their wrinkled scowl. And it's funny, you're across from this person, so you very well could see this person's wrinkled scowl. So this could be like another employee at this place. But I don't know why I feel like this person's closer to you than that. And I'm hearing keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. Six of Swords energy coming forth in the reversal. A lot of sixes, so we're getting double six energy, which is serving. But let's see the next one. You have the Knight of Swords. Okay. And the next one that you have here is the Eight of Wands. When they give you this position, you're going to have to start right away. Okay. There's a reason why I go on these little tangents sometimes, because they end up relating to the situation in some capacity. With the Eight of Wands energy coming forth, you're going to end up starting like right away in this position. You're going to be in this position for a while and you're going to feel stagnant. Okay. But you're going to be, it's so funny because they're like, I don't know why I'm getting this TikTok video and I don't know what it's called, but I'm just seeing this girl like cry with like money and wiping her tears with money. Like, I don't know why I'm getting that energy. Like, even though you may have like be heartbroken and shit like that, like, but you're going to go about this bag and you're going to get this bag. Okay. Six of Wands energy coming forth, and you're going to receive what you are wanting to obtain, which is recognition. Because I keep getting this image of her within the card right there. Normally, I don't really hyper focus on that. I wonder if this may be a promotion at my current work. I was trying to leave there this year. Yeah, you're not. It's almost like you're stagnant. Like if you wanted to like move or something, there's something that's blocking you with the Six of Swords energy in the reversal. Now, you're going to be getting a promotion because they do want to keep you, and you're also going to be getting some recognition. Another person who's worked there for almost about the same time as you wanted this, okay? But this is how their mind works. They feel like this blessing is not for everyone. They feel like this blessing is just for you, so they want to take it from you, okay? Versus them generating a blessing on their own. So you know how everybody has a chance to get promoted. Everybody has a chance to get a raise. You either earn it or you don't. You, in fact, earned it. This other person feels like she earned it, but she did not. Okay, you actually put in more work, more effort, more concentrated time. Things like that differentiate your energy from this other person. But let's get into the Six of Swords. But this other person's not going to see it like that. They're not, okay? You're going to end up making a positive deal of some kind. And also your career is meant to point you to somebody that you're meant to feel really immensely close to and locked in with. This could even be like meeting your potential future soulmate or a lover or something like that within your workplace or work field, or somebody that you wanted to like travel away from or whatever is actually meant to be a part of your life for a good period of time. With the Knight of Swords energy coming forth in the upright, so you're being divinely blocked by that. It's almost like when you're literally at your brink, like you're like, I want to leave this position. I'm putting in my resignation. I'm done. I've seen what you guys are doing. Like, I don't feel recognized at all. That's when this comes in immensely to where there's actual progression. You may even be able to get a little bit of extra money to do some traveling. Okay. I started last year in October. So give this situation just a little bit more time. And something about waiting for your 3-month mark, and your 3-month mark came in January. So underneath the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Two of Swords, but it's in the reversal. So what you were once at odds about, which is like leaving this position, you're going to feel a lot more secure with staying because of the money that they're going to be giving you. And you're going to be a little bit more happier in your position too. I do feel like you're going to make like a really strong connection with somebody that you work with, okay? This person could be the person that's a little bit jealous of you, but I don't know, I feel like that's a completely separate energy from this Sun card. Now, the World card energy coming forth, there's somebody who's going to be actually really genuinely happy for you, and then there's another person who's going to be like, yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? Like, have you ever seen Burlesque? And remember when Christina Aguilera showcases her voice, and Cher is like, we're going to build the show around you. And she's like, clearly, you know, the girl who wanted to be here, who put her in that position in the first place, who actually rerouted her to more success. I want you to know that. She was like, clearly, instead of just being like, oh, I'm sorry, like, I was just really upset. She took me on like being vulnerable, like, you know what I mean? She was like, clearly, one of us has underestimated the other. That's some passive aggressive shit that I don't fuck with. I'll just like immediately be like, well, what's up? What do you mean by that? You know what I mean? So with the next one, you have the King of Pentacles energy coming forth. All right. And the upright. Now, with the King of Pentacles energy coming up in the upright, this is somebody who sees favor in you and could also favor you just a little bit more, a little bit extra, potentially even giving you a position that somebody else wanted. So not only are you going to get a raise, you're potentially going to get actually like a bigger position. So it's not just going to be like, oh, you're doing the same thing and then you get a little bit of a raise. You could end up getting a bigger position after you get the raise, okay? So once you get this added responsibility and you see that they gave you the raise, okay, you're going to end up putting in the work and the effort and showcase your ability, being a lot more elevated, a lot more happier, showing up more. And I do feel like with the Sun card, the World card, and the King of Pentacles energy coming up in the upright, you've actually found your place that you're meant to work at for some time. Now, another one from the top, you're getting the Hierophant energy, and the Hierophant's coming up in the upright. So again, working at this place for a long time, and it's almost like it's something written in your soul contract to work at this place for a long time, because there's a lot of things that connect to this place, okay? Like the potential for you to meet a soulmate or somebody who's like going to be a lifelong friend within your reality, that if you wouldn't worked at this one place, even though you suffer with certain things, you would have never met them, you know, like stuff like that, okay? Now, another one, I do feel like a workplace relationship, though. I am feeling that. Okay, the High Priestess energy coming, because the Hierophant's here, the Two of Cups is here, it's hard for me not to. But it could also mean a deal's being made, a contract being signed, or you're signed on for like years of work. That could also be an indicator of that. The High Priestess energy also coming forth, which is something that you've been intuitively feeling, but your ego has been getting kind of eager to progress, okay? We all have it. We all have it. We're just like, damn, like I've already been putting in this work. Like I don't understand why people haven't seen this by now or done this by now, or why hasn't my boss taken note for me, or like whatever. And I definitely have a cool pick a card reading called What Does Your Boss Think of You? It's one of my popular ones, like over, 1K views, stuff like that. Feel free to check that out on my moods playlist, okay? I'm a teacher currently, so that's probably where the Hierophant comes in. So you may end up getting like a higher position than a teacher. I don't know why I'm getting that like energy. What's higher than a teacher? Vice principal, right? But there's somebody else, like a guidance counselor. They've got a whole bunch of different positions within schooling, right? So just a higher position than a teacher. I don't know how the hierarchy works in school for that behind the scenes. All right, with the Four of Pentacles energy coming forth, by you staying put, I don't know, I'm hearing a 4-month mark, but there was almost like you reached a 4-month mark and you're like, listen, this is getting too much. Like, you guys need to appreciate me more. Like, I'm doing a lot of work. I don't know, I'm just getting that energy. But again, with the Hierophant, the Lovers, the Two of Cups, I'm sorry, you really are destined to meet somebody that's supposed to be, like, within your reality. This is friends, and this is romance as well. With the Lovers, the Hierophant, the Two of Cups, and somebody that you're meant to, like, work with. This could be somebody who you work around, okay? And this could be somebody who's a little bit older than you as well. The Hermit card is a teacher. He is. He is. He's that old soul kind of energy. But with it coming up in the reversal, it's almost like you're going to get out of your shell more and embrace your job more and feel more happier showing up to work. But it's really important for you to set up certain boundaries with what they expect of you, because it's almost like they're going to give you this raise and then give you the responsibility of something that honestly gets paid more. But it's like they're lowballing you, but to you, it seems like you're getting paid more because you still technically have the same title. So this is kind of like you do all of the assistant managerial work. Well, okay, let me just redo this. Let's say you are the assistant manager, but you do everything at that place. Like the manager just shows up, sits in the back, gives you all the papers to review, gives you everything. This person just barely answers the phone, is always on their phone all the time, like playing games or something, you know what I mean? Or just not there present, like at the job, like what they're supposed to be doing, like managing things or whatever. And it's like, it's almost like you're like, well, why am I doing your job? I should have your job. I basically do your job. I basically am the manager, like that kind of energy, okay? with the Seven of Wands energy coming forth. And I was watching Black Ink Crew, and there was this girl who's literally fucking crazy. But, you know, I kind of like her. But she's fucking crazy, okay? She just irritates me sometimes. She's born on February 14th, but she's born in a different year. She's born in 1987, so I looked at her astrology chart because she said that her boyfriend got murdered on her birthday and shit. And I was like, what the fuck? Okay, so I had to make sure that we had some things that were not the same in our chart. So we have a lot of things that are not the same in our chart, okay? Especially with the way that we argue is completely different. But with the, because, you know, my Mars is different than her Mars. Anyway, she got that Gemini shit. Anyway, so with the Magician energy coming forth, which is Gemini. So it's funny how I talk about that. And Gemini energy is coming forth. And so in the Lovers card is Gemini energy as well. And Magician card is Gemini energy. So Gemini season could be really significant for you to where you could be getting some added pay or some added insight. Within a 6-week time frame, there's going to be an advancement with a raise, but the final outcome of like where you're going to be like, okay, I'm really happy with how things are turning out. Like, I think I made the right decision to stay. June. Okay, later end of May to June. Okay, you're probably like, isn't that the end of the school year? Probably, because the Magician card energy is coming forth. All right. Sorry to catch my tripod. Now, the Seven of Swords energy is coming from the reverse. So you might also catch somebody trying to, like I said before, there's somebody here who is not necessarily your friend. This is somebody who you're going to be telling things to and then like telling your boss behind your back. Being like, oh, you know, she smokes in the girls' bathroom. Like, okay. You know, I'm sorry. I just get kind of like, you know, when it's unnecessary. I get it if it's like a big thing, if it's like illegal and something crazy, but it's, you know, like, chill out, you know? So the top one you have here is the King of Swords. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, again, coming through. Okay, there could be somebody who you end up meeting who's going to end up being an important aspect to your work and career. And it could be near Gemini season. I keep getting Gemini energy for you for significant, like, feeling of more, you're going to feel a significant feeling of feeling a lot more secure within your environment at work, okay? And a lot less complacency. The Fool card energy coming forth is also you taking a chance and being like, I don't know where this is going to go, but I'm just going to keep doing what I need to do, get my emotions in check, and see where this is going to take me. But you're also going to find out some people who are backstabby. So just be careful with that girl who's backstabbing because she's going to try to like really get into your boss's head about you. And he may end up asking you things where you're going to be like, that was weird. Why would you ask me that? And it's almost like you're going to connect the dots. You're not stupid. So with the Strength card energy coming forth in the upright, this is also you finding the strength to go through all of these obstacles, but also obtaining a massive victory internally and externally. You're just going to have to give this situation a little bit more time, but you are being divinely protected. Oh my God, I feel like I have a watcher. You do have a watcher. You definitely do have a watcher, okay? But with the Temperance card coming forth in the upright, this is also angelic cards you're seeing back to back. Okay, I want you to know that because there's an angelic presence there, there's angelic presence here, female and masculine, mainly. Okay. But I do feel, okay, that you're going to have to keep things in check, balance out. You're going to go through the stress and ringer, and you're going to want to apply for other positions. Okay, and I'm not saying don't, but I'm saying keep your options open if you want to, but stay focused on this because I feel like it's going to pay off majorly for you in the long haul to where you're going to be able to reach the accolades that you're wanting to reach within your career, okay? But that's what I'm receiving for you, love. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. And I think you were my last one for the morning readings session. And I will be giving you your channeled message. Bear with me. Just give me about an hour. So just around like 2:30. Just give me just up until about 2:30. And you should be receiving your channeled message through email, okay? But I hope you enjoyed that. And until next time, guys, and this is always able for you to review and, you know, go back to, you know, review your reading and all of that. Just make sure to save your timestamp as for like when your reading was started. But I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. And until next time, thank you so much. I thought I was leaving that place. You still very much can if you want to. But the Six of Swords in the reversal does signify that you're not moving. You're not going to be leaving that place. Great reading. You're welcome, love, and thank you. I'm going to be reaching out to you within the hour here, okay? And sending you, just give me till about 2:30. And you should be receiving your mini channeled message, which is about 2 paragraphs worth of insight, okay? For the topic you chose. I think it was career and money. But I hope you have a beautiful day, and until next time, bye for now.